Cassavetes, and he was like my idol. And so I made this film, Sullivan's Last Call, and it did really well and won some awards and stuff. But I did it all on my own, and I had a producer who was great, and Carol was working during the day at the law office, and one of the lawyers there said, oh, would you mind if I took a copy of this film and brought it home to my grandfather? So she said, sure, and so she gave him a copy. So a couple of days later, he came back, and he said, oh, my grandfather loved this film. So she was like, oh, great. He said, he wants to meet her. She's like, oh, all right. And so he goes, well, he used to be in the film business when he was younger. And so she said, really, what did he do? And he said, he produced like 6 Cassavetes films. And she was like, oh my God, Fran loves Cassavetes, she would love to meet this guy. So he lived out in Long Island somewhere, and we went out to a restaurant and just talked and talked and talked. His name was Sam Shaw, and Sam was also a photojournalist. He took the picture of Marilyn Monroe with her skirt blown up in the air and all these iconic pictures. But he was also like a newspaper man, and he talked like this. He was just a tough guy, and he became like a mentor of mine. We would have all these conversations late at night, and he had insomnia, and he would call, and he would tell me all these stories about Benny Gazzara, Tony Quinn, and it was really great. So then a couple of months later, the grandson visits his grandfather, and he said, oh, by the way, how are things going with Francesca? Have you guys talked? And he goes, yeah, I talk to her all the time. Can't sleep, I call her, And he goes, what time are you calling her? And he goes, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And he goes, you can't do that, Grandpa. You're not supposed to be calling people at that hour. That's really rude. And he went, dames like her are always up late. And I thought, he's absolutely right, because I was never asleep.